company owners and Macintosh owners. Very different demographics. They love their stuff. The only two brands that people tattoo on themselves. They put the logo on their arm. Crazy. To you Harley guys, no, seriously, with respect. I'm small.
Andy Sernovitz. Learn to get people talking about you. Andy is the word-of-mouth marketing guru, creator of the industry, author of the book, and the #1 speaker on the phenomenon.
There's a single most powerful source of recommendation in the world, and it's called people like us. We buy what people like us buy. And that means when we buy a computer, we ask our buddy, the computer guy. Then when we choose a restaurant, we don't read the restaurant review in the newspaper. We read the reviews posted by real people. When we buy computer stuff, we don't read PC Magazine's review. We read all the other comments on CNET talking about the great product. When we go to Amazon, we can read all these reviews, and you don't trust them all necessarily, but when 120 people say this is awesome, and 3 don't, there's something to it. We trust people like ourselves. So now you've sold your stuff, you got these amazing buyers. The question is, how do we turn those amazed and happy buyers into the people like us that will tell other people to buy from us? Anyone selling on eBay, we've got something called the pants problem. The pants problem. You all have it, you don't know it. And that person who's about to buy your stuff is wondering if you are, in fact, sitting there in your underpants, taking their money. Now, we are, don't get me wrong. This is the first time this many people have been wearing pants at work in a long time.
Andy's talks are full of fascinating anecdotes and real-world examples, stories to get your audience inspired and keep them entertained.
Steve Jobs, the world's greatest computer marketer, God's gift to PCs. If you remember, 10 years ago, Steve Jobs flies back into Apple to rescue the company and comes up with this incredibly sophisticated, complicated innovation that changes Apple forever. And what was this innovation that got everybody talking about Apple again? No, 10 years ago. Pink and purple computers. Apple was saved because Steve Jobs made computers cute. Not faster, not more reliable, not easier to use, not a better price, because nobody talks about these things. He came up with one buzzworthy idea, which is, look at the cute Macintoshes. And everybody told a friend. Jones Soda is a very small soda company who could not possibly out-advertise Coke and Pepsi and the big boys. So every Thanksgiving, they create a case of bizarrely flavored sodas. And I'm talking Brussels sprout, salmon pate, garlic. I mean, they're nasty. And, Windex wouldn't surprise me if that was in the box. And you see this case of crazy sodas right before Thanksgiving, and people buy them, and I bought one, and you take it to your Thanksgiving dinner, and everybody tries these goofy soda flavors, and you spit them out because they're horrid. And you know Jones Soda, and you tell your friends about Jones Soda, and you stand on stage and you tell people about Jones Soda, and next time you go to buy lemon lime or cola, you see the Jones Soda. Now, as I said before, these topics aren't brand messages. These aren't delivered in press releases. These are just basic product attributes that are awfully simple stuff, almost gimmicky, that say, that's remarkable. I will remark about this.
Andy is the author of the hit book Word of Mouth Marketing: How Smart Companies Get People Talking. It's a practical, hands-on guide to getting people to talk about your company, your cause, and your stuff. Andy Sernovitz is the founder and president emeritus of the Word of Mouth Marketing Association, the organization that has made word of mouth the #1 marketing topic. Every kind of company is rushing to learn word of mouth marketing. 34% of the Fortune 500 are adopting word of mouth this year, as are 81% of the Inc. 500. Andy will open your eyes to a new way of doing business, that honest marketing makes more money because customers who trust you will talk about you. You will learn how to be the remarkable company that people want to share with their friends. He taught internet entrepreneurship at the Wharton School of Business, and he's teaching the first ever graduate course on word-of-mouth marketing at Northwestern University's Medill School of Journalism.
There are three reasons people talk about you. They talk about you because they like you. They talk about you for reasons that are about them, and they talk about you because of us, the group. Now, here's what this means. Number one motivating reason for word of mouth is people like you or they like your stuff. This is why Starbucks and Google don't have to advertise. They are proof that you can build a global brand around good stuff that makes people happy. This is why people go nuts for a band or a sports team or their favorite shoes or their favorite anything. That this is the hardest thing to do, is to inspire people by being a great company with great products that get people talking. But it's the fundamental one. Think about some of the crazy word-of-mouth experiences out there. For 3 years running, 45,000 people got in their beige four-door Saturn sedan and drove to Knoxville, Tennessee to see the people who made their car. There's a word for this. Crazy. It's crazy. I love the Red Envelope catalog. Anyone ever get something from Red Envelope? They sell nice gifts online, whatever. But when those gifts show up, they show up in a luscious, gorgeous, beautiful red box with a giant bow. And when you open that gift at a birthday party or a wedding shower, you say, where did that come from? And people are talking about the merchant, not the product. Very similar to the red wax on a bottle of Maker's Mark. That is a brand that's built around word of mouth because the product is designed for everyone else at the party, not the recipient. How do we get people talking about a donut? Krispy Kreme is as hot as you get. In Toledo, my wife and her best friend would drive between two Krispy Kremes a mile apart, waiting for that hot now sign to come on. I still married her. There was something special about those sugary, disgusting, hot, wonderful donuts. And you had to get them at the very right moment. That's how you create word of mouth. It wasn't a very complicated thing they did. They just made it special. Now, why aren't people talking about Krispy Kreme anymore? Because they are cold in every grocery store in America, they are shrink-wrapped in every gas station in America, and they're no longer hot and they're no longer special. We don't talk about food you buy in a gas station. You earn word of mouth by being remarkable. Another way to think about what word of mouth marketing is C2C marketing. Now, it's sort of obvious when you hear about it. We've had B2B and B2C. C2C is real consumers talking to other real consumers. Now, it's more accurately B2C2C. When a business tells something to consumers, you send everybody a 50% off coupon by email, that's B2C. The second hop, when they forward that email to 1,000 friends, that's C2C marketing, and C2C to C to C to C. So one of the classic great word-of-mouth techniques is that sort of exclusive, secret, friends and family discount email you get from The Gap or J. Crew that supposedly only employees are supposed to have, but somehow everyone you know has gotten an email.
Master the art of word-of-mouth marketing with Andy's fun, practical, hands-on keynotes. With straightforward advice and humor, marketing expert Andy Sernovitz will show you how the world's most respected and profitable companies get their best customers for free through the power of word-of-mouth. Learn the 5 essential steps that make word-of-mouth work and everything you need to get started using them. Understand the real purpose of blogs, communities, viral email, evangelists, and buzz, when to use them and how simple it is to make them work. Learn what sparks the irrepressible enthusiasm of Apple and TiVo fans. Understand why everyone is talking about a certain restaurant, car, band, or dry cleaner, and why other businesses and products are ignored. Discover why some products become huge successes without a penny of promotion, and why some multi-million-dollar advertising campaigns fail to get noticed. Andy presents a fundamental new philosophy and a positive vision of better marketing backed up by practical, actionable steps that your audience can apply today to make a measurable difference in your company.
Consumer opinion changed from something that the professionals did and printed in the newspaper to something that regular folks do every day. That 26% of the US population reviewed something online last year. That 13 million people have a blog, a website that they update every week, and they're writing about products. There's the old classic, she told two friends, and they told two friends, and so on and so on. It didn't really work like that until we went online. And now, you have a drink, you email a friend, one of them emails it to 50 other people, someone else writes it on their blog, someone else reads the blog and tells someone in a bar. The scale has changed radically in favor of regular people telling us what to buy and where to buy, and you, the marketer, have to be part of that conversation. Turns out that the customer who's bought from you 50 times is probably not telling people to buy from you again. That experienced customers sort of take you for granted. That your most powerful word-of-mouth advocate is your first-time customer on their first experience. And here's how you know it's true. Think about the place you go every day on the way to work where you get a cup of coffee, or the diner you go to once a week with your family. You rarely call all your friends and say, hey, I went to Starbucks this morning. Or $4 is the real name, because that's what it costs. You don't tell people about the stuff that you take for granted. But what you do is when you go to a new restaurant, for the very first time, you tell everybody you see the next day what a wonderful or what an awful restaurant you went to. And we all do this, which means your most powerful word-of-mouth advocate is your newest customer who just bought something.
Andy's keynote guarantees that people will be talking about your event. After all, he is the word-of-mouth guy. This is a huge topic, which means it's a huge draw to your event. Companies like Cisco, Dell, eBay, Kimberly-Clark, Beam Global, Sprint, Ralph Lauren, REI, and many more have learned from Andy's uniquely engaging presentation. He doesn't just talk about it, he does it. His real in-the-trenches perspective is more than a motivational keynote. It's about what you can do to get people talking about your company.
What makes this all just that much crazier is the idea of the permanent record. You know, when the web first showed up, everyone talked about this temporary fleeting medium, and we used words like that. And we know now that's not the truth. That's not what happens. We now know that everything lives forever in Google. The customer service rep who had a bad day, the product that broke, the stupid ad campaign, the PR disaster will never go away. So what that means is your job as a word-of-mouth marketer is to make sure the good stuff gets on the permanent record too. The customer service rep who went the extra mile, the product that was extraordinary, the amazing experience, the nice day, the problem solved. Your job is to make sure the human face of your company is on those blogs and on those message boards and on those product reviews. And that's what word-of-mouth marketing is all about. This is fundamentally new stuff for business. There's a fundamentally big idea here that gets me so excited, and it's why I'm out there talking about this stuff all day. And it's the idea that companies that treat people well make more money. That honest marketing, better products, being good to people, making them happy, solving problems is rewarded with profit. And that we've had generations of consumer advocates trying to force companies to be better. And it's a little better. And you've got the government trying to regulate companies and make them treat people better. And it's a little better. But when you finally align profit motive with social good, and say if you make crud and you treat people badly, they will tell their friends and you'll lose business. And if you excite people and you enthuse them and you earn their respect, they will tell all their friends, they will advertise for you for free, and you'll be richly rewarded for just being a great company. That's good for us as good businesses, for us as consumers, for our families, for America. It's all just wonderful stuff. So I'm really excited about what this means, the whole word-of-mouth revolution. So thanks for having me.
Everyone is talking about Andy. He was featured in Fast Company and Inc. magazines, covered by the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, Ad Age, and PR Week, and was even on HBO's Da Ali G show. Andy Sernovitz, learn to get people talking about you.